Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I didn't want to do a timer just because I think that timer is very awkward and it's for people that aren't really prepared and ready to do a show or can do a show. Y'all, I miss doing this. I miss talking to y'all. If you're fairly new to my stream, I'd really appreciate it if you share it to your friends, your family, social media. I know y'all know people. I'd also appreciate if you subscribe and you click the bell, click the all button. And as well, if you can give your boy some super chats. Super chats really does help my channel. It really do. It helps me, to continue to do shows, and it just helps me financially to get things for my channel in the future. So I really do appreciate it if you can, and I got that from vidIQ, which is some software that helps YouTubers. But also, I know you guys probably don't like this, but if you want to call ABC, that's the number to call ABC for The View. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that they're going to hire me. I mean, I talk about them. I'm just saying that's the number right there. Y'all, and I know y'all about to complain. He talking too much about himself in the beginning. Well, I'm gonna be like Wendy. Until you get your own damn YouTube channel, then you could do what you gotta do. Like she said, when you get your own talk show, you can do what you want to do with your talk show. When you get your own YouTube channel, you could do what you want to do with your YouTube channel. But y'all, I went to this disgusting restaurant, and I'm gonna blast them just because they didn't respond. My last issue, they responded because the radio legend Patty Jackson lives in Philly, and that the headquarters for that restaurant is in Philly, and she retweeted it for me. But this restaurant was established in Texas, and we all know what Texas is politically, right? There is this restaurant called Saltgrass Steakhouse. It's located in Texas. It's located in Florida. It's located, I believe, in basically red states: Texas, Colorado, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Nevada, Florida, and Missouri. And I'm not to stereotype red states because I'm from a red state and I live in a red state. But y'all, I decided to take my mama out to this restaurant because she wanted to go there, and I took her out. And so I told the lady, short story, I told the waitress, I was like, can I have a fruit punch? She goes, yeah, I have to get it at the bar. So by her saying she had to get my drink at the bar made me feel not at ease because I don't drink, right? And so I was like, okay, whatever, as long as there's no alcohol in it. And she's like, no, not at all. Come back, give me my drink. I took a sip of it. It tastes like pineapple, right? And then I looked at the top, and they had a fly in my drink. Noticeable fly in my drink. And so I tweeted them. I said, fly in my drink at Saltgrass Steak. Y'all need to follow me on Twitter, by the way, Jordan Show. Fly in my drink at Saltgrass Steak, and was noticeable. Took a sip of the drink too. Asian manager Kat with a C or a K tried to justify that I used to work in a restaurant, so mistakes happen. When I'm a paying customer, please do better with employee training. Despicable, because the manager came over and I told her, yeah, I mentioned I used to work in a restaurant, and she tried to justify. I was like, ma'am, at the end of the day, I'm a paying customer, and by you trying to justify that mistakes happen because I used to work at a restaurant tells me that you're not really apologizing to me. So y'all, my barber even told me as I got my haircut the other day, he was like, yeah, dog, he told me that this restaurant is disgusting. It's highly expensive. Between me and my mother, our total would have probably been $60. Like, this isn't a casual dining restaurant. This is a fine dining restaurant, okay? And when you walk in that bitch, okay, when you walk in that restaurant, you're going to see rifles on the wall and deer heads on the wall. So that should tell you politically where they are and what they stand for, not to judge. But it was horrible, like horrible restaurant. I don't recommend it in the places I just told you. Saltgrass Restaurant. It's in Texas, Colorado, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Nevada, Florida, and Missouri. And I know a lot of you guys follow me from Texas. I know I got a lot of Texas followers, so I do not recommend going there. It's not worth your money. It's horrible. And she actually offered us first a military discount. Then she offered us the whole meal for free. But I told my mom, I was like, nah, we got to go. Like, I'm not doing this to get a freebie. Because I felt like disgusted because it had a fly. Come on now. In my drink. I felt really disgusted. I really did. All right. Moving on. Wendy Williams, y'all. Wendy, a lot of y'all commented on my video about Wendy because I said she need to get vaxxed. Allegedly, she's not vaxxed. People on the show, they're talking. There's rumors that she didn't get the shot. She was on Dr. Oz. Wendy was on Dr. Oz not too long ago and told Dr. Oz that she does not trust it. You know, and Dr. Oz was surprised and he was shocked that Wendy said that. So, people at the restaurant, not the restaurant. I'm still thinking about the restaurant. People at the show, her staff are stating, you know, that the reason why she's not there allegedly is because she did not get vaccinated. And a lot of y'all got on me about that because I simply told her to get it. And the reason why I told her to get it is because it's like the woman is rich already. She's a rich woman. So I mean, it's not like by her leaving her show, it's not like she's going to like be poor and everything. But I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar production. Wendy is under the same program as Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon new show came out. Debmar Mercury, and right now Debmar Mercury is losing. They are losing. Okay, Nick Cannon's show is supposed to be on the tip of the heel to replace Wendy Williams. Okay, y'all remember when Nick Cannon made those comments saying black people are the real Jews, and then so his show was supposed to come out last year. His show was supposed to come out last year, but he made those comments that were deemed by the media anti-Semitic, and so Debmar Mercury pushed his show back a year later this year, and he almost literally lost all his other projects, right? And he was on the verge of actually his tweets were questionable because the tweets he sent out after he made it apologize, and then black people got on him, and he was like, so I can't get it right with the Jewish community, and I can't even get it right with my own community. Don't be surprised if I'm not here tomorrow. He said something like that, and so that really just made people question whether or not he's about to, like, you know, lose his life or try to lose his life or whatever. So the show was supposed to be the replacement of Wendy. That was in the blogs. That's what it was. Like, you know, Debmar Mercury seemed to have high hopes and high confidence that his show would do really well. In its first week, it only got 400,000 viewers. And a lot of people didn't know about the show. A lot of people didn't know. I watched it first day it came out. I watched it the first day it came out. And I wasn't feeling it. It's not my kind of show. Like, after he made those comments, he didn't want to do the hot topic stuff. The reason why he got that show is because when he hosted for Wendy, you know, everybody liked him when he did the hot topic segments. But after he made those comments, you know, I guess it kind of gave him PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, to not talk about political or celebrity stuff for his show. So his show is giving me like Jimmy Kimmel, you know, a mix of Jimmy Kimmel, but it's more urban. It's more like, you know, black culture vibe. You see what I mean? I'm not really feeling those kind of shows. That's not my type of show to watch. I like shows that literally talk about hot topics. I don't like shows that, you know, that have a comedian or whatever. And, you know, I like Chelsea Handler. That's because she, you know, she also interviewed celebrities and they also talked about hot topics, but I don't like the Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon type of feel, Seth Meyers type of feel. You know, I just don't like those kind of talk shows. I find them to be a little boring. I like when they talk about issues or when they talk about celebrities or interview celebrities, ask them, you know, questions. And so his show is lacked a rating. So I don't know what Debmar Mercury is going to do, because right now the hosts that they have on their show now, Bevy Smith, right? The first week, Bevy Smith and Michael Yo and Devin Simone and Elizabeth Wagmeister. And then literally the next day, Bevy went on her live Instagram and I wrote in her live Instagram, did you get approval by Wendy to be on her show? And Morel, Wendy's makeup artist, was doing her makeup, right? And so she read my comment and looked at Morel. And so I literally called into her show, not to ask that question, but to ask when she was going to go on her tour, you know, because she goes on these book tours, you know, so I could come and meet her. It's like, if she's going to come near me, I don't mind traveling, whatever. She wouldn't want to take my call because of what I asked on her Instagram Live. That's fine. It was in the blogs that Wendy did not approve some of the hosts, you know, and allegedly Don Lemon turned it down because, you know, Don Lemon and Wendy, they close. So I don't know what's going on at Wendy with these hosts, but the show is boring. I tried one day with Leah Remini. I just couldn't. And I mean, Leah Remini is my type of chick, my type of personality, but she was boring. Like, boring. Like, it was just boring for me. Like, we need Wendy back. Next week, Sherri Shepherd is going to be hosting. And so I'm going to be watching. Bevy Smith allegedly called Sherri Shepherd after I appeared on her live and told Sherri to make sure when you come on camera, on your IG, on your social media, to tell the viewers that you're hosting the show, make sure you mention that Wendy Williams and the producers approved you. Because I saw that video and literally Sherri Shepherd said word by word of what I asked Bevy Smith, right? And at this moment, and this is not allegedly, at this moment, Wendy Williams' team is begging for audience members to come to her show. Like, a lot of audience don't want to come to her show. They're begging them with money and swag bags because people don't want to come to her show because Wendy's not there. They're here to see Wendy. They're not here to see these bogus, wannabe hosts. But I'm looking forward for Sherri to be on the show because I liked her when she co-hosted when she hosted the show when Wendy was out last period. So I'm looking forward, but right now I'm not feeling Leah Remini. I don't need it to be like a panel show. That's not why I watch Wendy. I watch Wendy because it's her. And for the most part, she gives it raw. She talks how she want to talk, within the guidelines of the media training guidelines and stuff. And, it's not the same. It's not the same. And right now it's like she's heartbroken because supposedly, her ex-husband, like, he reminded me of somebody that I know. It's like you post all of this BS quotes and law of attraction quotes and acting like he and Nelson Mandela, like throwing these like Maya Angelou quotes on his IG, talking about health is wealth and yada, yada, yada and stuff like that. And like when we all know that the man is a scumbag, right? We all know, according to different sources, that he has bought an $80,000 ring for his mistress, Sharina Nicola Hudson. I'm petty, y'all. I put her in the thumbnail with the little shopping bag. She got on her IG that she's at the store. She's trying to be an influencer. Y'all, she got those Aunt Jemima cakes, those vegan cakes, and they look good. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not a lawyer. Okay, she was the mistress for what, 10 plus years? He's not about to marry the girl. He is not going to marry Sharina Hudson. Okay, if he marries her, he could lose the alimony money that he gets from Wendy, right? That's a possibility. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, that's what happens, right? Like, he can lose that money. And I'm not really sure what can occur in the future if Wendy decides not to do her show, if her show gets canceled. I don't know if the money's going to be lowered or adjusted or amended. I think it should be amended, or legally it's supposed to be amended. I'm not sure. But I think that's how it works. But knowingly, if he marries the side chick, the mistress, then it's like, I feel like, I'm sure he's not going to get that money. He's not going to get any more money from her. That money is supplying her pancake business. That money is supplying the barbershop business. That money is supplying the Italian lean cuisine business that he has. It's supplying everything. That ring that he bought for Sharina Hudson, $80,000. That's crazy. And Wendy though, but you knew better. Wendy, you knew better. Wendy came from a upper middle class family. Wendy is not from the hood. Okay, she came from an upper middle class family. One of her parents were professors. I believe her mother was a professor. I think her father was as well. I think both of them were actually in education. Upper middle class family. They had a damn maid service in their home. Come on now. And I think Wendy's grandfather had money. I think he owned like a trucking business. So the woman came from money, but she wanted a life that mainstream media thinks is cool, to say, yeah, I'm with a thug, or, I'm about that life, that street life and everything. And she got what she asked for. I mean, she married one of those that are typically gets with women and cheats on them. And now you're a statistic in the Black community that you are in a fatherless home. And like, it's very high. I mean, that's let's just be honest, and it's very high in the Black community for a single mom to raise her kid by herself. It's just that's not a lie. That's facts, and that's true. And so she wanted that lifestyle instead of marrying, I don't know, someone polished or educated, civilized, sophisticated, someone that didn't get their GED or didn't even get their GED at all, barely finished high school. So she wanted that lifestyle, and she got that lifestyle. Not to say that all thugs are like that, but I mean, what thug do you know don't cheat on their wife? I mean, come on now, let's just be honest. So she asked for that lifestyle, but look, Wendy, we need you to I don't know what it is, but the word on the street is you didn't get the shot, which is why you're not on the show. Because Wendy is not the type of woman to not show up to work. Okay, she show up to work when she's sick. Okay, like she done it many times, obviously many times. I mean, slurring her words, playing the shoe cam during Hot Topic so many times. DJ Booth talking about it all the time, on social media. He exposed it, and like it's very noticeable. It's very noticeable that she when she broke her shoulder, allegedly, when her husband threw her down the stairs, allegedly. So it's like it has to be the shot, and I think it's the shot because Wendy don't miss work. She comes to work even if she's not cognitively there. And she's done the show when she was not cognitively there 100 million times. So it's obviously not. It's obviously, I feel it's the shot, and staffers they talking. So we're gonna see down the line if Kevin Hunter gets married to the mistress. I highly doubt he's gonna get married. He doesn't have balls enough to get married to a woman without trying to be with a man, allegedly. But come on now. We all know what it is. But moving on, Meghan McCain did an interview with Entertainment Tonight 2 days ago, and she is still talking about the show, still talking about The View, still talking about it being a toxic work environment. I have people watching me that have friends and or family members that work for ABC The View, that work behind the scenes. And they tell me that Meghan McCain was just as toxic behind the scenes. Meghan McCain told Entertainment Tonight that it was not. She all over the place. Was it Joy Behar or was it not Joy Behar? She said it was not really the host as to the reason why she left the show. It was because of the leaks, and she could not find out who kept leaking stories. All right. And she couldn't control that to the point where she would always run into her dressing room, which is basically her dressing room is literally by the stage. Sunny Hostin had the third floor. I mean, because, and Sunny Hostin did not even get introduced as a View host when she got the job because of, so she had the third floor. So Meghan McCain easily could have went to her styling room, guest room. She went quickly because she could not come to terms with who was doing the leaks. I remember at first it was in the blogs and sources, and you can tell by the body language of the show that her and Sunny Hostin was not getting along. And so she blamed Sunny Hostin allegedly for doing the leaks at first. Kind of like how when Star Jones was on the show back in the day, I think Star Jones allegedly she blamed Joy Behar and I believe Barbara Walters for leaking out stories about her weight or something like that. So, leaks has been on that show for a very, very long time. So, girl, please choose one. Was it because ain't no way a white woman tell me I do not miss you, or a white man, whoever tell me they don't miss me. Ain't no way they're going to run me out of a job, $1 million job. She got $1 million salary for this job. But then again, she's a privileged woman. Her mother is worth Mariah Carey money. Her mother is a heiress to a beer company, $400 million. So it's like she can afford to quit, right? But ain't no way somebody's going to run me out a job, okay? That's by saying they don't miss me. I don't care. I'm not here to, like me personally, I don't tolerate being friends with coworkers. Whatever. I'm just here to work. I'll be cordial. And then after that, the show is an hour. Okay. So for me personally, an hour versus my reality, which is an 8-hour shift where I have to deal with that for 8 hours, which is a third of a day, a third of 24 hours. Right. So, An hour of being on TV and possibly maximum an hour, 2 hours of being prepped by producers, okay? Probably not even 2 hours, probably like 30 minutes to an hour to being prepped, right? I mean, I'm just to give you the topics ahead of time, and then they prep you to make sure you know everything and are aware of what's being discussed. So it's like, girl, you are max 3 hours at that damn show, and you gonna let an old ass woman, 80 years old, run you out of a job? Like, if that's not a snowflake, I don't know what a snowflake is, because ain't no way Joy Behar's gonna run me out of a damn job that's $1 million a year. All I gotta do is sit there and tell my opinion and talk politically and do my research to present my case. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And now her puppet, Abby Huntsman, girl, you already talked to People's Magazine. Abby, you talked to People's Magazine and you told them why you left the show. Okay, you already said so. Why are you talking again? She got this podcast that just came out, and she's talking about how she's saying stuff that I already reported that we already knew. She said that one of the producers told her to come on camera, because I told y'all this. Abby Huntsman had two segments where she said she's leaving. The first two different days. One of the days Whoopi was there, another day Whoopi wasn't there. And so I think her second segment, a producer, and I think it's the woman that looked like she off the Magic School Bus. It's either Hillary Estee McLaurin or it's the woman who called Sunny Hostin lower rent, Barbara Fredita. But I think it's Hillary Estee, because Hillary Estee was a producer. Barbara Fredita was just a senior executive at the show. So they told Abby Huntsman to basically come on air and say that the show is not toxic. Because if you do recall, when Abby Huntsman announced that she was leaving the first time, her father was running for governor of Utah, and he came on air and he kept saying there's going to be no drama, and he just kept saying that, no drama, and his mannequin wife was by his side. You know, she looked like she got work done. The mannequin wife was just like nodding and making a robotic face and everything. So it's like she's talking and she's telling on her podcast that a producer told her to come on air and say there was no toxic environment. First of all, Abby was less than qualified than Meghan McCain to be on that show, okay? Abby was even less than qualified to be on Fox News, but Fox News had a thing where they hire attractive hosts, even though they don't have journalistic credentials. Katie Couric talked about that the other day when she was on The View. She said Fox News has a history of hiring hosts based on their looks, and they really don't look at the credentials. They don't look at the resume. So Abby Huntsman was one of them. Abby Huntsman and Meghan McCain. They were, at the time where Roger Ailes was there, and they had this huge exposition of what was going on with how they were doing the female coworkers and, trying to be a Matt Lauer and everything like that. So Abby Huntsman got that job because she's a beautiful woman at Fox News. And because her father, it helps, is the governor of Utah, and her father's father, Abby's grandfather, is like a billionaire. Okay, so Abby got money. Okay, so she got the job out of nepotism. Okay, she was not talented at all. The View had to hire a coach. The View had to hire a damn hosting coach behind the scenes. Y'all remember when Britney Spears was on X Factor when they did the competition shows? Britney Spears had a coach behind her just because Britney Spears was, was she still going through? The issue was she like mentally, like she kind of a little bit mentally not there. Abby Huntsman had a hosting coach so they can try to make her relatable, to the viewers, because nobody was feeling her. She didn't know what to talk about politically. She didn't know how to talk about it politically. She just kept saying, what were the words she just kept saying? Oh, if Democrats keep doing this, then Trump's going to be elected. Well, let's put politics aside. Every now and then they may talk about pop culture or they may talk about their personal life. And yeah, she all right there. But other than that, she was a waste of time and space. Like, she was worse than Sarah Haynes. I think Sarah Haynes now is coming out of her shell, but Abby Huntsman was on the level of even lesser on the level than Sherri Shepherd when Sherri first started the show and she said the earth was flat. Like, she was in my opinion, I think Abby Huntsman was the worst host they ever hired. Like, she was stupid. She was not prepared at all for that show. She gave me very reporter-esque. I think she would have been better reporting the news. at a local show or something, you know, because she spoke well. She's very articulate, but she was not relatable. Like, I mean, it had nothing to do with her being Mormon. Because I grew up in a Muslim culture, it had nothing to do with her being Mormon or her losing her virginity at a later age in life. It's just like she was not prepared. She got the job because Meghan McCain needed somebody there for her, and Meghan McCain said that in her Audible book that The View hired Abby Huntsman because, you know, they needed somebody to calm Meghan McCain down, and they needed a moderate type of voice to help out Meghan McCain because it's the panel is not balanced. I mean, it's a hard job for a conservative to sit there and debate for a woman all the time that yells at you. So, you know, but baby, Abby Huntsman had to leave, and Meghan McCain was part of the reason because they fought behind the scenes. Some like, why are you talking? Like they fought behind the scenes because Meghan McCain was going through her miscarriage, and Abby was talking about her babies behind the scenes, and Meghan McCain was jealous, and so they fought behind the scenes because of that. So it's like, girl, we don't care about your time at The View. We really don't. I talked about today about Ebony K. Williams, and I just found out that she did. She went to Loyola University here in New Orleans, and that school is a private school. It's a good school to get into. It's expensive. I think she practiced law here in New Orleans, but not entirely sure. She practiced law here in New Orleans. I'm pretty sure she did a great job she had here, and she just left and she decided that she wanted to be in media. She was very, very, according to the source, she was very good friends with Bill O'Reilly. She was on Fox News. So she knows the Fox and Friends, Brian Kilmeade and Ainsley Earhart and the other guy, the other old man with the glasses. So, there's reports in the blogs that she wants to replace Sunny Hostin. I remember when she first appeared on the show. Do y'all remember when she was asked what her political ideology is? Was she a liberal? Was she a moderate? Was she a Republican? And she said she does not like to label. I think she said she was a libertarian. But I mean, it's like Daily Mail is saying that she wants to replace Sunny Hostin because she's she's younger, beautiful, and has more of a following than Sunny. She posted on her Instagram that she's been dreaming of being on The View since she was 12 years old. I don't know why she was in a conservative seat because the girl is not conservative. The Daily Mail described her as being a chameleon, and one of her friends actually allegedly told Daily Mail that she spoke like about Sunny, that she wanted to replace Sunny Hostin on the show. I think they're both of the same. It's not because they're black. I just think they both have the same thoughts politically, especially when they were talking about reality TV, and Ebony kept looking at Sunny saying, "Oh, reality TV was won on the backs of black women," and they had their little friendship going on. They were talking about there, and that turned me off when she said that. I'm just like, why isn't she supposed to be in a Republican chair? And so nowadays, what's going on with these hosts that are on these political shows? A lot of them are taking jobs that come to them, no matter what side it's on. I don't think Ana Navarro is Republican. And today on the show, she confirmed that even more when she talked about how community college was taken out of the Build Back Better plan. That disappointed her because many people in her life, she knows, they went to community college. Well, guess what? There's things called financial aid. If more than likely you're going to community college if you can't afford college, and financial aid is based on your salary or based on your family's salary. So that should cover most of your tuition at a community college school. So I don't know why she's Republican. I don't get it. And so the only reason I could come up and realize is that, it's more of a brand strategy type of thing. It's more of a media strategy, corporate strategy to trick viewers type of ordeal to say that she's a Republican so she can look good on a Republican side, which she hasn't been since Trump has been in the White House. And so she can have the Democrats that mostly watch The View fall in love with her. And that's how I feel, because everything she say is very left-leaning. Like, don't tell me you left Nicaragua and that's the reason why you're a Republican. Okay, if you left Nicaragua to come to Florida, which is Florida's a red state where I'm from, everything that comes out of your mouth is ideologically left leaning. So look, I think she's just saying that because, and I see why Meghan McCain asked her that when, years ago and Ana Navarro went off on her. I don't know. I mean, I know she voted for Bush and everything, and she supported the Bush administration and whatnot, but it's like everything that comes out of her mouth is very left leaning, and we just need somebody that's not that, and somebody that doesn't pretend to be a conservative to be on a damn talk show. We just need somebody different. We really do. And I'm still pissed off. I am still pissed off about The View because of the whole situation with Kamala Harris. I'm also pissed off that yesterday they only picked a portion of Biden's speech, right? But they didn't pick part of the speech where Biden was calling the guy his pal. What's his name? Northam. His last name, Mr. Northam, right? And Mr. Northam was told by Biden like years ago to resign because the media deemed him as being against. So Biden told him he needs to resign, but The View didn't show that. So The View went full on propaganda. They like to protect the Democratic establishment. So I'm pissed off about the Kamala Harris situation. They obviously lied. It was obviously staged. And so like we need somebody in the seat. She knows she can't replace Meghan. She knows like conservative, like if you continually talk about the color of the skin, or if you continually talk about just things that, the Build Back Better plan. My favorite host that they had on that show was Condoleezza Rice. And I disagree about how they handled the whole situation with Iraq, but I'm not a cult-like thinker. I cannot like somebody and I can still agree with what they say. You see what I mean? Like I may not fully be on the side of Ben Shapiro, but some stuff Ben Shapiro says, I actually agree with, So, and I watched his video the other day explaining the whole Palestinian stuff, and I'm just sitting there looking at him like he a damn fool, and he's very biased, talking about the reason why Palestine got their names was to make Israel look bad. I'm just like, dude, that's a lie. That's a whole lie. So it's very evident that Ana Navarro is not a Republican. She's friends with Don Lemon. We all know who Don Lemon is, right? And so they need somebody that's an actual conservative, and that's that. And Debbie was on the show the other day. Debbie Matopoulos was on the show the other day, and she went on Michelle Collins. Now, Michelle Collins was only on the show for a season. That's when Raven-Symoné was Raven-Symoné on, or no? It was Rosie Perez, Michelle Collins, and Whoopi and Rosie O'Donnell, right? That's when she was on that show. And she spoke to Michelle Collins, and Debbie said that Ana Navarro was mean to her. Ana Navarro did not want to look her in the eyes. I don't know. Look, some women, they could be like that, especially if one woman's more beautiful than the other. And y'all, Ana Navarro said something about the way she looked today, and I think she got my I think y'all know Ana Navarro watched my channel before. That's facts. That's not allegedly. I know some. Well, I know somebody that know her, right? And so she didn't want to come on my show. You know what she said? She said, "I'll just watch." She was like, "I'll just watch him. I'll just watch." Like she's some big like she Oprah Winfrey or something. I'll just watch. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be fooled by her on TV, but I'm not. I know who she is as a person, but y'all don't. I'll just watch him. I'll just watch him. Okay, that's fine. You'll just watch. But yeah, the girl ain't no Republican. Come on now. She's not Republican. And so like she talked about on the show, her looks and her weight. She's like, we had people come on the show and, we have people that talk about us on the show about our looks and our weight. She said that today on the show. And yesterday I did that video about Debbie and I tagged her husband, Al Cardenas. Me and him talked on Twitter before. And I told him your wife need to do better, but that man old, that man just happy he married to a woman like that's half his age. Like that man don't give a damn. He just want his popcorn made, and Ana Navarro to be his maid, to be his little maid, Spanish maid, Latina maid, like the stereotypical thing, and clean the house. He ain't worried about that and watch football and everything. Like she like the housewife. That's the maid in the house. So he not really worried. He not really worried about the whole drama and everything. But she was mean. Now I'm not sure why she was mean. You know, I think it could have been intimidation because Debbie was in a conservative chair. Debbie is skinny. You know, she's the typical stereotypical or what the media loves, the look, the blonde hair. I guess she got blue eyes, skinny, white, whatever, size 2. Possibly could take Ana Navarro's job. So Ana Navarro probably looking at her funny. And so that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I want to talk about NeNe Leakes. Y'all know NeNe Leakes' husband died not too long ago, and they had an open relationship. And I posted something on Twitter saying, you know, I bet she ready to move on, you know, and date somebody else or something. Because, you know, she was dating other people. Like, they had an open relationship. So, but the man passed away. And, you know, a lot of people, they spoke nicely about the man. Like, you know, even people from Real Housewives of Atlanta that were not feeling NeNe Leakes at all. Like, and that's like a lot of them, from Claudia Jordan to Cynthia Bailey to Kenya Moore. And I really don't watch the show. I just know it from Wendy and just watching like other talk shows and they talk about it. But I saw clips here and there on YouTube and everything. And so like she spoke to an Atlanta radio show because y'all know NeNe Leakes got that show. Not that show. She got that bar, and which I kind of want to go to. I mean, I don't drink, but I mean, they probably got good wings. Ooh, speaking of when I get off here, I'm about to get some wings. They probably got some good wings, and I like wings, some good burgers or something like that. She got that Lenithia bar in Atlanta, right? And so she was on this radio show in Atlanta, and she talked about how she got these bouquet of flowers for like $200, and it would have been better if everybody gave her flowers individually or something like that. And it's like, come on now. That's not, I mean, it's the thought that counts. And these are people that are not your friends, right? They're not really cordial with you because of, you know, you guys' huge disputes and, you know, disagreements on the show, but at least they sent out their condolences and sent out flowers. I mean, you know, for you to even say X, Y, and Z. So then Claudia Jordan talked about it on her show, and she said, you know, NeNe Leakes should be grateful. Claudia was like, NeNe should be grateful that those people actually, you know, sent out their condolences and gave her flowers. And I agree with Claudia. It's like, why come on camera and talk to the radio host and say what you said? It's like, you know, it's all about, I mean, hey, I would be grateful if someone in my life passed away and someone reached out and gave out their condolences and everything. I mean, that's like, NeNe, dog, this is the reason why it's like you lost your manager who manages Jeannie Mai. You lost him. You lost your PR guy who's like a PR person, I believe, and he's an attorney, an African-American guy. You lost your job at Bravo. You couldn't prove facts or your case about how Bravo was discriminatory, although you said you had receipts. And it's like at least the girls gave you flowers to show their condolences of your husband passed away. Like, come on now. It's the reason why, you know, you're no longer on TV. The fame got to her head. The money got to her head. And I agree with Claudia when she spoke on her show about it on Fox. So I agree. I agree. It's like, you know, I mean, you're lucky they sent out you flowers. Like, come on now. Like, you should be thankful. So I'm tired of this cancel culture. I'm really tired of people getting on Dave Chappelle. One person that I disagree with or just kind of side eye because I don't trust this person, Caitlyn Jenner. But one thing I can say about Caitlyn Jenner is, you know, nowadays it's like if you call somebody a he but they're a she, or if you say a she but they want to be called a he, you know, it's like you're canceled or you gotta apologize or it's this huge controversy on social media, right? But one thing about Caitlyn Jenner is it's like, y'all remember when Joy Behar accidentally mispronounced her, and Caitlyn was like, "It's okay, Joy. I know where your heart is." Like, she tweeted her on Twitter, and so, you know, Caitlyn Jenner is responding to Dave Chappelle, and y'all need to leave the man alone. Leave Dave Chappelle alone. That man's been doing this for decades. Okay, like, y'all need to stop and leave these people alone. Like, come on now. Being a comedian or being someone that talks about, you know, certain situations in life, people should not feel like they have to suppress their gifts, to suppress their calling, to not say what they want to say because they have to deal with the realms of trolls who don't have jobs, who live in their mom's basement, who don't who don't pay bills, they have to worry about these people trying to cancel them. Like, come on now, leave the man alone. And I'm glad that he's not backing down. So Caitlyn Jenner actually came out and in support of Dave Chappelle, which I mean, I wasn't surprised because like she seemed like she cool with it. And just like literally, there's like a whole protest of this man, of people trying to cancel him. You know, Caitlyn Jenner actually said he's 100% right. Now I didn't watch the whole special of Dave Chappelle just because I don't got the Netflix, but Caitlyn Jenner tweeted out saying Dave Chappelle is 100% right. This isn't about the LGBTQ movement. It's about woke cancel culture, run amok, trying to silence free speech. We must never yield or bow to those who wish to stop us from speaking our minds. And I agree. It's like, even with the baby, why are people mad? I just literally don't understand. Like, even with Joe Rogan, like, I grew up in a Muslim household. I don't care if Joe Rogan bashed Islam or said something what the left says, Islamophobic, which I hate those phobic words because it's like phobia is basically when you're scared of something, right? Like it's I don't care about that. I don't care. Well, like I'm not going to say F this person because they did X, Y, and Z in the past. Like I may not like what Condoleezza Rice did and with her relationship with Colin Powell, with how they served with the administration, Bush administration when going to Iraq. But I can sit here and I can say, you know what, I may not like this woman, but I agree with her when she talked about critical race theory, you know, being taught to 7-year-olds. I agree with her when she said we need to move on from January 6th because what's done in the dark is going to come to light. Like we got other things to worry about. We should move on. Like the typical American, we're not worried about what happened at the damn Capitol. We worried about paying our rent, paying our bills, gas, inflation. We worried about things that actually matter in our life. We're not worried about what the media hounds are talking about, the corporate media. We're not worried about that. We're really not. I mean, let's keep it real. Are y'all waking up in the morning thinking about what happened on January 6th? No, you're waking up saying, damn, I got to go to work to pay these damn bills. Damn, I got to go out to go grocery shopping. Damn, I got to put gas in the car, or I forgot to put gas in the car. Damn, I got to wait for my next check to go to Taco Bell to get some food. That's what y'all worried. Y'all not worried about January 6th. So I can sit here and agree with Condoleezza Rice. I can sit here and agree with Barry Wise, who tried to get a Palestinian professor fired while she was in school as a college student, and say, yes, I agree with Barry Wise. I may not like the woman, but I agree with her that, you know, certain things you say in the media while she was on CNN with Brian Stetler, and Brian Stetler is a bootlicker, by the way. Like he talked like he on the down low, first of all. Like he married to a woman, but it's like he got a whole lisp, and it's like how you go on Stephen Colbert to talk about your colleague to sell your book. Reliable sources, like he get on my nerves. Like I can't stand that man, first of all. But it's like I can agree with Barry Wise and saying, yes, it's certain things that you talk about in the media, like certain things that if I want to say, if I'm on a network like this, CNN, if I say X, Y, and Z, then I'm going to be thrown into the wolves, and I'm going to be made seem to be not credible, or I may lose my job, and my children, if I have kids, may suffer. That's correct. So leave Dave Chappelle alone. Let the man say what he want to say. Like, who cares? Who cares? Who gives a damn? Like, y'all do too much. Who cares? Like, who cares? So I'm with Caitlyn Jenner on this one. I don't like the woman. It's like she's very, I don't know. Like she could have, in my opinion, she probably could have been up there in the polls in California, you know, because she's with the Kardashians, and you know it's a good PR move that she transitioned while she allegedly, before she transitioned, she got into an accident, and you know the woman died, and then a month later after that she transitioned. So that could have been a good PR move, and she could have been liberal, right? Or pretended to be liberal, and then she got the Kardashians on her side with their platform, and she could have probably been up there and probably would have been the first liberal trans of California, right? But you know, instead she tried to be this conservative. You know, she said fiscally she's a conservative, but economically she's a progressive when she was on The View. Okay, I don't believe that, but whatever. I don't know what the hell she is. She's confused. So she could have easily won, but I mean, she lost. And so leave Dave Chappelle alone. But what I do like about her is she's not sensitive, or she's not like one of those, oh, let's get them canceled. You know, she's not one of those types. She's really not. Y'all act like a surgeon is in the operating room or supposed to be in the operating room, and instead goes in their car, have a nap, and eat some food like some guy did. That was out in the news today. Like that's who should be fired and canceled. You know, not some damn celebrity talking about what they want to talk about, you know, with their gift and their job on stage. You know, y'all worried about the wrong things. Y'all worried about the wrong things. So, anyways, so y'all know that guy, Eddie, that played on Family Matters. Family Matters used to be my favorite show, especially, you know, when Murder Urkel. Oh, Eddie. You know, I be trying to mimic her voice. So they have this trans chick. Speaking of trans, Sydney Star, who back in the day allegedly messed up rapper Chingy's career by exposing him, saying they were together allegedly, right? So it was in the blogs, or there was a video of Darius McCrary, the guy who played the son on the show of Officer Winslow, right? You know, people were saying there was a video of them kissing and stuff like that. I saw a photo shoot of them together, and he was holding her and looking at her like he felt something, whatever. Like, I don't care. I really don't. She went on The Real, and The Real has been doing well with her guests because they finally hired a first Black executive producer that's been there since 2013. And Sydney was saying that they're just friends, and you know, there needs to be, like, you know, normalizations of a straight identifying man with a trans woman, whatever, yada yada yada. And so a lot of people were saying that I'm calling his character name, Darius McCrary, probably, or his team probably paid her off to say what she had to say, because, you know, she's not the type of woman, trans woman, to keep a secret, because the rapper Chingy lost his damn career, right? And Storm Monroe talks about this all the time. They got people that want to, and I'm not saying it's right, that are married, right? But they really trying to experiment, or they're curious, and, you know, they really want to delve into the trans, you know, or maybe they want to delve into the same sex. Well, with Storm Monroe, this trans situation, it could be an NBA basketball player, somebody high profile, and the trans person may blackmail them for money or something. If you don't give me this, or if you don't do this for me, I'm gonna tell your wife, I'm gonna tell the blogs, I'm gonna tell social media, it's gonna ruin your career and everything. And so it's like, you know, Sydney Star was deemed that type of trans woman, based on the situation that happened, she's like 20 years ago or something, with Chingy, the rapper, allegedly. So I say, who gives a damn? Different strokes for different folks. Of course, Darius McCrary, he denied being with her. The mama was at a restaurant. They had an IG video, and the mama was like, "That's not true." Yada yada yada. I think he's engaged or about to be married to his wife. But look, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Wendy Williams down out all of these people. So this, I really don't care. Hey, Armani. Let me read y'all comments and see what y'all got to say, because that's pretty much everything that I had to say. Yeah, so that fly in my drink really ruined it. Like, I wanted to leave. I'm going to put them on blast. It's the restaurant Saltgrass Steakhouse, Texas. And usually before I go to or if I'm going by myself, at least, I look at the reviews. And so after I left, I looked at the reviews. They had some bad reviews. And then, you know, I asked my barber. My barber said, yeah, their food wasn't good. So, you know, it wasn't me. I wasn't the problem, clearly, because I had a fly in my drink. So let's hope that Wendy Williams come back soon. I mean, I just say, girl, if the vaccine is the reason why you're not at your show, just get the damn shot. Just get it. And plus, you need the shot. I mean, if it's like you have all of these conditions, Graves' disease, you have thyroid problems, you have lymphedema issues and stuff. You have all of these notions that affects you. And from my understanding, she lives alone. Yeah, but you're still a woman of a particular age, like she said. So, I mean, girl, just get the damn shot. Get it. Like, you know. After this, can we talk about, should be the new meme, her, what's that, Mac Nachos? I don't know what you're saying. No, Anna Navarro ain't no damn Republican. She ain't no Republican. And it's like, it's a good time to fool people. Like, you know, because a lot of people, when they hear conservative, they think of Trump, right? When I said, oh, I'm an independent conservative, you know, people were like, oh, like he's selling out, whatever. No, it's like certain things I'm conservative about, like my money. and being pro-life and stuff like that. And certain things I lean left on. So that's why I'm like I was like I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm an independent. So it's like because I don't feel either party represent me based on where my parents come from. So I'm independent, you know. I'm independent. Now, in terms of what I lean on, don't put me in a box. Like I said, certain things I lean on the right, certain things I lean on the left, and I talked about that already. So like it's a good time, it's a good strategy to say, hey, I'm a Republican, but I have liberal views, right? And so you see what I mean? She gets the job of being in Meghan McCain's seat. She gets mainstream media falling in love with her. You know, she gets to be on other liberal outlets, CNN, Telemundo, The View. So it's like she gets all of these stuff like, you know, and I think she's doing it for the business. It's kind of like not to put them on the spot, it's kind of like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib being pro-life and pro-LGBTQIA, but they come from a religion Muslim religion where it's like, it's a sin to be pro-life, right? It's a sin to be pro-choice. Okay, so let me say this. It's kind of the same as Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib being pro-choice. It's for business, but in reality, in their home, being a Muslim, they're pro-life because it's a sin to be pro-choice, or it's a sin to support LGBTQIA. You see what I mean? It's a sin to go to a pride parade. So that's how I feel about Erin Navarro. It's like, okay, well, it's not religiously, but I mean, it's corporate strategy, brand strategy wise. Okay, let me label myself, let me position myself as this Republican and tout liberal views. You see what I mean? So it's like I can get both sides to like me. You see what I mean? You know, but of course, during the Trump era, that changed. So, you know, Jared Kushner tried to get her fired, I guess, whatever. That's what she said. I feel Anna is a Republican in terms of Nicaraguan politics. To be honest, a lot of white and Spanish heritage families in Latin America are hyper-conservative, which is probably why she considered herself. Because, yeah, a lot of the Cubans, yeah, they are. Like a huge portion of the Latino community in Miami are conservative. But stuff that she says, especially today on the show, like, you know, that's not even moderate. That's definitely full on like liberal. And that's not nothing wrong with you being a liberal. I just don't like people that lie. That's it. Hey, Deborah. Talk about who should be replaced and add to the view table. So for the conservative seat, I think they should have Condoleezza Rice. I mean, that's the person I like so far, but I don't, you know, she too strong for them, you know. So I highly doubt they're gonna invite her back. I really don't know any other conservatives out there. I mean, I know they got young. I mean, I said Candace Owens. Despite if she's a really conservative or not, I don't care. I mean, I like her for the show, you know, because the entertainment. Tomi Lahren, yeah, I'd even take her, or Kellyanne Conway, hell, even Megyn Kelly, but Megyn Kelly don't want to do mainstream media anymore. So that's who I feel should be on the right. Speaking of replacement, y'all need to call ABC. 818-460-7477. You are not talking to a human being. You're talking to an automated system. You press 1, press 2, press 3, hit the code 849 and leave a message. I don't know why I advertise that, because it's not like they're going to hire me on the show and I talk crap about them. Super chats are appreciated. Super chats are appreciated. Super chats are appreciated. Send your boys some super chats. It helps my channel. Send me some super chats. So I don't know why I advertise that. I mean, I talk about them all the time. So, but you never know. You never know. So never say never. Wendy Williams loves chaos. This is all about the Caso with Wendy. KASO. Don't know what that is. I would bet you $100 she has already got. Well, according to somebody, the staffers are saying allegedly behind the scenes that she didn't get it, and she was on Dr. Oz. And mind you, it's very hard to find that clip. from Dr. Oz. You see what corporate media on the left try to do? They hide certain clips that go against their narrative. So it's very hard to find that clip. I mean, there's a blog about it from, I think, Yahoo News, but the actual clip is very hard to find. They don't need a conservative seat. I mean, I enjoy the show. I like when Anna's on. I don't mind Anna being on. I don't dislike her. I mean, I'm just speaking my mind. You know, like I said, just because I'm critical about somebody don't mean I dislike them. Everybody is for equal criticism or equal compliments or whatever, no matter if I like you or not. So they should get a different representative, like a leftist. No, we have Joy Behar, who's full of. we have Whoopi. Whoopi does not come prepared for the show. That's another topic. Whoopi does not come prepared at all. Like, she can barely say. She called Jen Psaki Jen Pesky the other day. It's like, girl, you signed a 4-year deal. You just signed a 4-year deal to be on the show, and I'm sure that paycheck is looking extremely high for the show for your 4 more years. So it's like, at least, I mean, do the bare minimum. And with the bare minimum, at least say the names of the people you're talking to correctly. Because she's like Wendy. She don't come to the show prepared. She don't. She really don't. She's just there for the paycheck. I guess she's considered a conservative. I'm speaking in Nicaragua. I don't know. I'm speaking about the United States of America. She's not a conservative. And even when she explained to Meghan McCain why she's a conservative, that really does not make sense. That it was not your choice to come here to the United States of America. Your parents couldn't afford lawyers, so DACA helped you pay for lawyers for your parents to come here to get you here. How is that conservative? I don't know, but okay. Or even a libertarian. That's why I feel Ebony called herself a libertarian, but like she's not needed for the show. Like and that's not me hating. It's just like, I really don't see her to be, unless you replace Sunny. I really don't see her being on the show. Thank you. I appreciate it. I agree with you about Condoleezza Rice and Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly and Kellyanne. All good choices for TV, and that's it. I do not agree with anything on their platform, but they would make good TV. Exactly. If they want good ratings, instead of having, because a lot of y'all saying Debbie coming out and talking about Aaron Navarro to Michelle Collins on a podcast that's for ratings, I highly doubt that. I wouldn't think somebody like Debbie would do that. I don't know. I kind of believe the rumors of her being mean, just because y'all just see the TV, Anna. Y'all don't see the behind. Don't hold your breath. The View's not going to call you. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate it. Anna's entertaining. Yeah, I mean, I like her for the show, but we just need, like, she's not there all the time. She's still part-time, like temp, or part-time contract. I don't think she's temporary. She's part-time contract. So we need somebody that is full on right? We need somebody that's full on right. I actually would want someone that's for Trump. Hell, hire Kimberly Guilfoyle. I don't care. Hire her. Now, she is a political HOE, and I'm spelling it because YouTube censorship, because it's like, how you go from marrying Gavin Newsom, who's a full-on leftist, to being with Donald Trump's son, Don Jr., right? That just don't make sense. So she's a political opportunist, so hire her for the show. I mean, they already have Meghan McCain, who's a fake conservative as well. She's just a conservative by name. Hire Kimberly Guilfoyle. Now, I don't know if they want to hire her, because I don't know if that's going to make The View look bad, or no, not The View. It's going to make ABC as a network look bad because of this, because of the settlement. Fox did what Kimberly Guilfoyle, because what she was doing to Matt Gaetz, allegedly. She was showing pictures of people's, y'all know the story, what the story was. So I think it would probably ruin the image of ABC being a so-called family network, and Disney being a family network, because they're like, they're in sync with one another. But, I like the show. I mean, like I said, I like it with Anna Navarro on, but she's part-time. And so they need somebody because they're still looking for a conservative. They still gonna have to give somebody a permanent job on that show for that seat. So they need to hire somebody. If they don't want to do a Kellyanne, if they don't want to do a Candace Owens, which I highly doubt they'll do, Tomi Lahren, hire Kimberly Guilfoyle, hire her, or find somebody that's not known that's a conservative. Like find somebody like a Debbie and put them on the show. You see what I mean? Or hire a man, hire me, like hire me on the show. You know, that's the number. Y'all call in. They need to hire a man. They need somebody. They need somebody that is not scared to talk against Whoopi and not scared to talk about to talk against Joy Behar. That's who they need, right? So a lot of people got on Whoopi because Whoopi says she don't want to pay her taxes. I gotta understand Whoopi would like her money. So Whoopi is fiscally a conservative as well. She talked about Amazon, Jeff Bezos need to pay his taxes, but the girl is on camera saying she don't want to pay her taxes. Like she don't want to pay a big share in taxes. And I'm for that. I don't blame her, but don't sit here and tell these billionaires to pay their fair share when you don't even want to pay yours. Joy and Whoopi are not left. Joy is a full-on leftist. Stop all of that lying. Full-on leftist. And if she's not full-on leftist, she's still a liberal. It don't matter. Like she's full-on. Sarah needs to be fired ASAP. She brings nothing to the table. See, what I like about Sarah Haynes is relatable to the audience. Like she worked her butt off to be on that show. She's she come from a middle-class family, and I guess I can say she's self-made because her people not in media, so she's self-made, come from a middle-class family, did not have an internship while she was in school, in college, just met somebody on the subway that was affiliated with NBC, took a page program, which I told one of my subscribers to take, and then they left here. They no longer on my channel after I gave them advice. They left. See how people use you? The NBC page program. And she did that as a pager. That's basically you work behind the scenes. You I don't know, you work at the assignment desk, or you produce a show, and then you just work your ranks up. And then she worked her ranks up as a correspondent. And NBC literally kicked her out and told her, "You have nothing left to do here. Take your job with ABC or whatever." And so she's self-made, and so she appreciates the job. She don't take it for granted. She's not privileged like Meghan McCain. You see what I mean? So it's like, she's relatable. I find her to be relatable. I wasn't really feeling her at first, but I think she deserved to be there. She do, because some things that she talk about make sense. And she's an independent like myself, so she has some Republican views and some views. She said she leaned left, but I look at her, I see through her. She got some Republican ways as well. So I like to hear her thoughts, and I'm glad she's finally speaking up and sharing her thoughts politically. Yeah, like I said, Anna's funny. I like her. Drop the StreamYard. What is that? Like the link? I like Anna Navarro. She's very, she's funny, but like I said, she's part-time. So they need somebody. They need somebody full-time to be on the show that represents the right. Joe Rogan is not even a Republican. So that's another thing. It's like the reason why I guess Sonia Hudson don't want to agree with Joe Rogan is because he supposedly said some homophobic, Islamophobic, said the N-word in the past. It's like, so Sherri Shepherd, like I said, was as dumb as a box of rocks, and she, I guess, found her voice now just by talking. But I was proud of her that she stood up for Joe Rogan. You see what I mean? And it's like, don't call people idiots. If you want people to take the shots, y'all can't force these people to take, something that they don't want to take. So, Joe Rogan, I heard, supported Bernie Sanders. So he does not have a Trump mind. And yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all. I've been on here for an hour. If anybody would like to come on and talk, or if anybody want to comment something down below, you can. But other than that, it is what it is. Let's hope they find somebody that's not like an SC Cup or somebody that's not. We need like a full on right. We need somebody on the right. Hire a politician's daughter. I don't know. Hire somebody. But thank you guys for watching. I'm about to get off. Deuces.